what everyone else is thinking.
I'm dedicated to it. I can't be stopped. No, really, I'm on a warpath. My name is Ted Nugent. I've been on a warpath for 77.7 years. Warpath coffee, it's stimulating, delicious. Anyhow, SHEMANE, thanks for joining me. This is The Real America's Voice, a combination of the spirit campfire with faith and freedom. Now, we're still celebrating Independence Day. We celebrate Thanksgiving every day. We celebrate Memorial Day and Veterans Day every day. And that's a battle cry. That's a warpath mantra that brings me such fulfillment, gratification, happiness, and inspiration to carpe diem, to seize the day. God gave me another day, and I'm going to use it. And God called me last night, and he said, you know, Ted, during Great White Buffalo and in Fred Bear, when I played Fred Bear last night, I was watching from above. I was somewhere in the ether. Is that what that is, the ether? Ether ore. And I was literally watching me.
An out-of-body experience.
Yes,
experience.
I'm calling upon Fred Bear, and the audience is standing, and Jason and John are pounding this powerful Fred Bear chord throttle. And I'm calling upon Fred and my dad and my brother John and my mom and Fred Bear and all of our Fred Bears. And I'm apologizing to Fred Bear that we let Michigan turn into a toilet flush by communists in Lansing, Michigan. And I'm heartbroken. And I'm saying we can fix Michigan back to the shining city on the hill of Fred Bear and Ted Nugent and the Industrial Revolution. Will you help me fix our beloved Michigan? And the place went nuts. And we're pounding the chords. Will you help me fix it? Will you help? And tears are pouring down my cheeks, and I'm up in the air looking at this guy playing guitar. I go, you go there. You let it rip.
Was there ever a time where you forgot the notes?
No,
they just come.
There's an instinctual autopilot when I start these songs.
Muscle memory.
Yes, like when I shoot my bow, when I train the dogs, I blow this whistle, but they're all sleeping on MyPillow.
MyPillow, yes.
So I want to remind you, if you love the rants and the truth, the logic, the common sense, SHEMANE's incredible faith and freedom, the spirit campfire, please support Mike Lindell, who sponsors all this technology and all this team. We have quite an army of technicians, and they need to be paid, and Mike Lindell supports this. Go to MyPillow.com and spend your hard-earned money on American-made, world-class products by an entrepreneur who has made sacrifices and taken risks. Mike Lindell, MyPillow.com. Great stuff. We use all the stuff.
The towels are the best.
We used all the stuff before he came on.
Yes. I was a MyPillow user.
I was a MyPillow. I was using her MyPillow. She's my pillow.
Yes.
So we believe in this. The dog beds are incredible. The slippers, the bathrobes, the pillows, the towels, the sheets, the toppers, the blanket. Support Mike Lindell. Support me. MyPillow.com. Type in the code SPIRIT. And also, I reference Happy.
Aww.
Back here somewhere. Happy the Wonder Dog.
Where is he?
There he is, right next to the flag. That's Happy. But anyhow, we got Jackson, Sadie, and Coco sleeping on MyPillow.com dog beds. But we also got mad scientists who found the ultimate natural, organic, nutritional supplements for our dogs. It's called GetUncleTeds.com. This is the stuff we're getting unsolicited testimonials. People are saying, my dog all of a sudden ran faster. They can climb the stairs now. They're happy. They're eating when they wouldn't eat. They're frisky. They're feisty, because this is good stuff for our beloved dogs. Everybody who has happiness has beloved dogs. GetUncleTeds.com. Super sale going on. All kinds of supplements. What are the stuff that we use for our dogs?
So I have to go back and tell you the story about how this came about.
Yes.
When we first were approached by the mad scientist who created Mary.
Because they saw how much we loved our dogs.
I said, I got to know, I got to see the ingredients. I want to know what's in it.
Where'd it come from?
We tried it. We slowly introduced it to our dogs for about 6 months. And Coco, our German Shepherd, was the vet said at one point that she needed to have her hips replaced.
Yeah, there's fused. She would waddle.
Her tail was fused to her hips, and we weren't going to do that. And we started her on these supplements, and now she's not running a marathon, but she hasn't had her hips replaced, and she's running. She's spinning around with Jackson and playing. So go get UncleTeds.com.
Get Uncle Ted. If you're wondering, I'm drinking Round Mountain Natural Organic Cider. All those maniacs down in Round Mountain, Texas, they got the best cider. Plus, Meckley's. Meckley's has great cider.
It's great.
Prime Cuts in Jackson has some great cider. There's Uncle John's up on 127. So my point is, SHEMANE and I are celebrating the American dream every day. And I talk about priorities all the time. There's so much going on, and it's so difficult for so many people. But I said this on a podcast with the great Tom Gresham. It's called Gun Talk. There's a Gun Talk radio show, an incredible radio show. I did an interview, and I always express myself totally unfiltered. I hide nothing. I'm not afraid to say anything I believe in. I have core beliefs that bring me happiness, that bring SHEMANE happiness, that bring my band, my crew, my kids, my grandkids, my brother, the wonderful people in my life. And it goes like this. How are you feeling today? How many positives are you celebrating? And how many hurtful, negative things are going on? Here's a tip for you. You want to know why? Look in the mirror. See that guy in the mirror? He's responsible for all your conditions. Nobody else.
Not all of them.
No.
But there's Uncle Sam that are chemtrails and weather modification and 5G and 6G and
continue on that. You're absolutely correct.
And
open borders that we had nothing to do with.
But to your point, we can take accountability, responsibility for what we have on our plates. Our choices that we make, and try to make healthier choices. None of us are perfect, but also you all watching this can do what Ted does. If you look to Ted and go, I can't do what Ted does. Something that Tucker Carlson said to me years ago when we went to visit him is, I said, well, what do people do? What would you say to people who don't have the platform that Tucker does or that Ted does? And he said, do what you can do. And I go back to this, Esther 4:14. Is that a biblical? Esther 4:14 is a.
Who's Esther?
Esther is in the Bible.
Okay, it's a Bible quote.
It's a Bible quote. Perhaps you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this. If you remain silent, your people will perish. So that is so applicable to today. We have all got to do what Ted does, what Tucker does. Even if there's certain people who are outspoken that your audience might disagree with, speak.
Speak up.
Speak up.
The First Amendment is paramount. It's imperative. We need to speak up. When the schools intentionally dumb down our children, have you seen the reporters on the street trying to get these people to read a simple sentence?
And ask who's the president? Who's this guy? And they show a picture of the president. I don't know. The former president.
There's a dumbing down of America that is complete. Now, you don't have to have all the knowledge. I've never read a book. I read most of King Dog of the North and most of Call of the Wild by Jack London, but I got bored with it because instead of reading about wild stuff, I would go down to the Rouge River and live wild stuff. And Mitch Albom's Tuesdays with Maury.
Did you read that?
I read most of it because it was really compelling about how we.
You didn't read my book then.
And I did read. I did read Killer House. I proofed some of it.
Yes, you proofed some of it and you wrote in it. But you're a doer.
I don't read, I live. And I have a better than average vocabulary. You don't hear me go, look, no ums, no ahs, no look. I speak what I believe, and I believe what I've experienced. 78 years clean and sober. My radar picks up all the information. I pursue and occasionally accomplish omniscience. Well, that's a pretty cocky statement. Did you notice? I pursue omniscience. I want to know exactly what Jason and Johnny are doing. I want to know exactly where the best sound in front of my amps are. When I'm cruising down the driveway yesterday, I swear to God, I'm cruising down the driveway in the Can-Am from Power Sports up in Baldwin, Michigan. And I know I have it here. I'm cruising down the driveway and I'm looking all around. I saw the squirrel, I saw the woodchuck, and I saw this. I'm doing 50 miles an hour down a gravel driveway through the swamp. And I went, whoa, that looked like a black washer. It's a rubber black washer. And I stopped the Can-Am. I got out and I went, I'm going to need a rubber black washer at some point. I picked it up and put it in my pocket. Now, that might be just an anecdotal, fun little story, but it's indicative of how I pursue life. And yes, I'm not always wired. Can you believe I'm not always wired?
Most of the time.
But when I
most of the time.
When I sit in my tree stand every day with my Mathews bow, here's some music. I hear a little music.
You don't play music, but you hear it. I
hear the birds because I have hearing aids. Well, I can't see the dog's already respect. So I am the master of intense aliveness, and I'm the master of borderline flatlining, where you'd call in one of the defibrillators to get my
defibrillator.
It's about prioritization. God gave us another day, and the great chief of the Apache Nation said, "The Great Spirit has already given you everything you need. Revere it and use it wisely." On the Spirit Campfire.